This is the all-new 2022 Jeep Grand Wagoneer Series 3. It's been 30 years since the nameplate Wagoneer has been last seen, and now Jeep is using it for a dynamic comeback in the luxury full-sized SUV segment. And those are the last journalist-style lines. Let's see what this thing is all about. First of all, the Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer are the same size. It's just equipment that's different and some stylistic elements like the front grille and badging and whatever. Both models get Series 1, 2, and 3 trim levels, so this Grand Wagoneer Series 3 is as pimp as it gets. Standard on the Grand Wagoneer is a monstrous 6.4-liter V8 that can deactivate 4 cylinders. It makes 471 horsepower and 455 pound-feet of torque. The Wagoneer gets the more common 5.7-liter V8 Hemi with the e-torque hybrid assist system, which makes 392 horsepower and runs on regular unleaded quite happily. And I say that because this one requires premium gas, and quite a lot of it actually. My average has been 17.5 liters per 100 kilometers, and I have been treating the gas pedal like it's an art piece made of eggshells. I've been like feathering it so lightly. So I think it's going to be pretty hard to beat that, but it's going to be very easy to destroy it. It has a 100-liter tank, which means you can travel about 570 kilometers before refueling, so this drivetrain is not cheap to run. In the future, you'll be able to get the 4xe plug-in hybrid drivetrain, which will be a lot better in terms of efficiency. I would even like to see a nice eco-diesel like the Escalade, to be honest. For me, it just seems like this engine is just not very sustainable, especially with these gas prices. Like at the moment, it's like on fire. It is mated to an 8-speed ZF automatic, and when you hammer it, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour comes in 6.5 seconds. It pulls hard and feels very powerful even from low revs. Like this drivetrain, other than fuel efficiency issues, is pretty damn good. For a rig that weighs 3 tons with me inside, holy crap. This performance stuff is not bad at all. It rides on air suspension that can increase ground clearance up to 11 inches, but there is a secret to its operation. There are 4 ride height levels, so there's like axis height, aero optimized, level 1 for off-roading and level 2 for off-roading. If you drive it in the aero optimized setting, which is step number 2, the air suspension is not comfortable at all. Like you feel every single bump, it's pretty hard. It's not impressive. You're like, what the hell? See, there's a little very tiny bump. I feel everything. So it's not the best, but if you bump it up 1 notch and you put it into off-road level 1, oh my god, suddenly it becomes so smooth and so nice and so comfortable. Now it's like a proper air suspension. Again, it's not as comfortable as the GM trucks. That air suspension is better. But now in level 2, it's almost as good. Now it rides the way it should be riding. Cut. I did a mistake there. There are 5 levels of the air suspension, and level 3 is the comfortable one. Level 2 is the uncomfortable one. Thanks. Level 4 is for off-roading only. It's just too high. It's like most kids nowadays. Handling is perfectly fine. The Titanic would totally be jealous of this thing. It can actually turn without being lifted by a crane. It does lean massively when you push it, but it does hold and doesn't scare the driver. The passengers might occasionally scream, but that's okay. Let's face it, this thing has been built to cruise full of people, so driving is nothing special about it. Put your family or friends inside and everyone will be wowed with the interior, the features, and the tricks. Look at how many screens are in here. The instrument cluster, 1. Infotainment screen, 2. Front climate control screen, 3. Passenger entertainment screen, 4. Rear passenger on the left and on the right, 5 and 6. Rear climate control, 7. And the middle mirror, number 8. The interior design looks very poshy. They've used high quality leather. They've combined so many different materials. There's very nice bronze little accents in the stitching. They have this flush lettering on the dash that says Grand Wagoneer. It's all built quite well. I don't really hear any rattles or squeaks from anywhere. The only built issues I could find were the steering wheel leather, because it has some gaps in the corners, and behind here it just feels wrinkly and like it has bumps underneath, like the leather is not folded properly. It is a pre-production model, so hopefully on the production models this will be nicer. And also the windscreen, the glass, like right in the middle of it. So when I'm turning right, the part that I look through from, it's all wavy and wobbly, and it just feels like I've just taken some cheap LSD. Like, wow, with a red dragon. Oh, and when I was washing the car, I found out that the rear window moves quite a lot. The front seats are very comfortable and extremely adjustable, and once you spend about 3 days figuring out the adjustments and you do get it right, they are very comfortable, very nice. They're heated, ventilated, and have a really nice massage. The rear seats are also very nice. They're also ventilated, heated, and can slide and recline. The second row has tons of space and amenities like charging ports, AV inputs. Left and right passengers also get their own Amazon Fire Stick remote control, because that's what the rear screens have built into it. You can work them off a hotspot, or you can just plug in your favorite device on the HDMI port and be done with it. They also support screen mirroring for Android devices. The only drawback is that you cannot have the audio play through the sound system of the car. Only headphones are supported. And that's a real shame, because the audio system of the car is a Macintosh or Macintosh, or however you want to pronounce it. It's so loud, so powerful, so bassy. It's just like, it transforms this bus into a party bus. Like, you pump your beats and you can literally have a freaking party in here. The third row is very easy to access. It has lots of room as well, even for adults. It's by far the most comfortable third row seat I have ever sat in. You also get USB ports and stuff. You also have vents for fresh air. You can power recline the seat and your own sunroof. What else do you want? With all seats up, the trunk is 800 liters, which is enough for shopping and stuff, but if you want, you can fold the third row and then you have 2,000 liters, which is enough for moving your whole household. A little nice trick is push this button over here and voila, the screen goes away, revealing a very nice wireless charging pad, a 12-volt plug, tons of USB ports, and an HDMI port for the passenger screen. And by the way, that passenger screen has a privacy film, so from the driver's seat, you can't see shit. Another very interesting trick is that under the armrest over here, you have a fridge that's keeping your water very cold. Ooh, it does feel very cold. Rain freeze. That's really cold. Woo. You also get driving assistance with adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist. They all work quite well. You have blind spot monitors. You have a very good rear view camera, rear view mirror, the family cam for checking on your peeps. You can also look at them using this little wide mirror piece. Prices in Canada for the Wagoneer start at just over $80,000. The Grand Wagoneer is just over $100,000, and as tested, the Series 3 with a few extras is $125,795 Canadian dollars. Ay, but it is in line with the segment. Jeep has definitely created a worthy opponent to the Escalade, Navigator, and the rest of the big rigs that are out there. And once the X4E drivetrain comes along, I think they'll be able to grab a really good share of the segment. And to be honest, quite rightfully. The Grand Wagoneer is a very impressive rig, and it's reasonably priced. So, that's pretty much it with the very fancy 2022 Grand Wagoneer Series 3. If you like this video, please remember to share it with your friends, subscribe to our channel, but most importantly, until next time, be well.